it's Assassin, so I'm back to talk a little bit about SDCC information. I have no idea why I was saying that, but I did. So, this is gonna be like the MCU Marvel movie video, kind of. Not all the Marvel stuff is gonna be in here, so you're gonna have to come back for some other information. So, I first wanted to talk about is gonna be a Doctor Doom movie. Just let that sink in for a little bit. Remember Doctor Doom? You guys all know Doctor Doom. You know, from the Fantastic Four franchise. Yeah, that franchise, you know, Fantastic Four stick. Yeah, that one. That one. That one. That really bad movie? That one. Fox created? That one. The one that's super bad and I hate it, and if you watch the review that I did on it, it's real bad. That one. Yeah, they're making a Doctor Doom movie. Now, here's the thing. Noah Hawley. Sure. Yeah. He said he's watching a Doctor Doom movie, which is very interesting, being that he didn't come out with too much information. Actually, I don't know. I just heard that they're making a Doctor Doom movie and he's writing or directing it. I think writing it. So I didn't really read too much up on it because I'm not like a Doctor Doom fan. But if you think about it, it's Fox. Are they going to go with the Doctor Doom that just happened from the Fantastic Four movie that just came out that was really bad? Don't know. Are they even going to have the Fantastic Four in the Doctor Doom movie? How is the Doctor Doom movie going to work without the Fantastic Four, to be honest? I mean, I know he's a pretty bad villain, but what is he going to do without the Fantastic Four? You know what I mean? Is there going to be some other hero in the movie? Are they going to connect it to the Fantastic Four movie? There's supposedly no Fantastic Four 2, so... And he got his ass kicked in 2 seconds, so I don't know what they're going to do with Doctor Doom, but I thought I'd just tell you guys that, because it's interesting, to say the least. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is Ant-Man 2. Now, if you don't watch Ant-Man 1, which you should watch it. I even have a poster, like, right there. It's a real cool poster of Ant-Man, because I like the movie. Now, Ant-Man 2, if you don't know, is going to be called Ant-Man and Wasp, because, as you tell from the picture right here, which is, I think, the end credit scene, where you see the Wasp costume, where Hope Van Dyne, who is Janet and Hank Pym's daughter, she's like, hey, look at that suit, and then Hank is like, yeah, you can be the Wasp now, and then, yeah, so she's gonna be the Wasp, so she's gonna do a nice little team-up movie with Ant-Man. It's gonna be all nice and good and stuff, and I'm very excited, especially, and since Michelle Pfeiffer will be playing Janet Van Dyne, which is very interesting to me, which is amazing, because if you don't follow me on Tumblr, follow me on Tumblr. A little bit ago, when Ant-Man first came out, I heard a rumor that Janet Van Dyne could be seen in the movie, and I went on like a freaking freak show on Tumblr being like, oh my god, is this a thing? Someone needs to send me a link, send me a picture, show me where this Janet Van Dyne is, because I've watched the movie and never saw it. But then, someone finally responded and showed me a picture, and I'll show you some things right here about it. And this was during the scene when Ant-Man gets shrunken down into the quantum realm, and you can see in his face mask, and just on the just when the camera pans, not on Ant-Man, on the outside, that you can see Janet's shadow person, which is interesting, because if you look at it, it looks like Wasp. Because if you watch the movie, now this is going to be a huge spoiler throughout this, but it's been out for a little bit. So during the movie, we find out that she shrunk down to get inside a missile to shut it down, but she went into the quantum realm and got stuck. And then that's why Hank told Hope she died. Now, from these pictures, it looks like Janet, doesn't it? It looks like a Wasp costume, so that means it's Janet, which would be very interesting because since they cast Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne, are they bringing her back? Are they gonna find out a way to bring her back, or is it gonna be a flashback? I don't really know. I didn't really read up on it, just because kind of a spoiler and I didn't want to get spoiled yet, but it's very interesting to think about because either they're going to find a way to get her out or they're going to go flashback, which they've already done a flashback, so I don't really know. But it's very interesting having those pictures and you can kind of see the outline of Janet, or what would be Janet in the Wasp costume, while Ant-Man's traveling into the quantum realm where she's stuck. So maybe they will bring her back, which is interesting because Ant-Man came back in the movie when he went into the quantum realm, so maybe they'll bring him back. So the next thing I want to talk about was Thor Ragnarok. Now, if you don't know, the next movie in the Marvel franchise, Marvel MCU anyways, is Thor Ragnarok. Now, Thor Ragnarok in the comic books anyways Ragnarok is basically where Thor dies, kind of. But in this movie, I think they're taking it more of the route of Asgard is dying because of, I think, Hela, who is basically kind of like the god of death a little bit. She's kind of the god of death. She's Asgard's god of death, and she works for death herself. So what I think they're going to do in the movie, I think they're going to combine it a little bit. And nice little trailer came out, a new trailer, which is amazing because there's this one part where I think Hela is like, oh, I'm the god of death, or goddess of death. What are you the god of? And Thor lands and stands up, and there's just lightning emanating from him, and his lights are all like blue, and like you can't see anything, it's just blue, and it was fucking awesome. It was so cool. It was so cool. It was so cool. And, you know, I've never liked Thor. Like, Thor's okay. I've never liked any of the movies. He's decent. He's okay. But this movie, I am so excited for just because of that scene. And also, Thor has short hair, and I love it. I don't like Chris Hemsworth with long hair. I just don't like it. It's just one of those things, and I just don't like it. But Chris Hemsworth with short hair, sign me up any goddamn day. Because I remember when he was in Red Dawn, the remake one, I loved that movie with Josh Peck and Chris Hemsworth, and he had short hair in that movie, and I was in love, and I love him, but I don't love Thor. But I'm super excited for Thor Ragnarok, and to have him be awesome in this movie, and finally be the Thor that we kind of wanted, and I'm very excited to actually finally fall in love with Thor, and finally be okay with him. Like, it's great. And also, Hulk's in this movie. And supposedly Hulk has been Hulk for like 2 years now, so he can talk, and his animation's a little weird now. Like, they updid his face. It's like he got plastic surgery from the last time we seen Hulk, but that's okay. And it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm very excited. And you should definitely go check out the teaser trailer for it. And yeah, the one thing I do want to talk about though about Hela is that there is a theory going around that Hela and the goddess of death, who's in the Marvel comic books, are going to be kind of combined as a character, and that Thanos actually falls in love with Death herself, and that's kind of why he goes on a rampage sometimes, killing a bunch of people to please her. So that'll be an interesting thing if they do that, to tie Thor Ragnarok with Avengers Infinity War, that Thanos actually is in love with Hela and, like, you know, tries to kill the MCU. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know if they're going to go that route, but it's there if they take it. Or he's just going to be a normal bad guy and just want to kill everybody because he's bad guy. Either way. Or they could be a little of both where he's like, I want to kill everybody, and then I love Hela too, so I'm just going to kill everybody double. So, either way, it's going to be good. Now, I want to talk about the Netflix TV shows. So, if you'd ever watched them, there is Daredevil Season 1, Daredevil Season 2, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And I watched all of them, and they're pretty good. Not gonna lie to you, a lot of people think Daredevil's the best, and I'm not in that boat. I think Jessica Jones is the best, and then I think Iron Fist is the best, and then Daredevil, and then Luke Cage. I really did not like Luke Cage. I did not. I really zoned out during that movie, during the TV show, to be honest, not gonna lie to you. And Daredevil I didn't really like either. It was okay, but I just didn't really like it. I did like all the Punisher stuff though. That was freaking awesome. But as I get to on the Punisher points, Punisher is finally getting his Netflix show. It's gonna be September maybe? I don't really remember. It's at some point. But coming up, the next Netflix thing is The Defenders little mini series. It's gonna be 8 episodes instead of the normal 13 for a season, just because it's kind of supposed to be like a more movie team up thing. And it's gonna be Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, all teaming up, taking down the big bad guy in Defenders. And supposedly Punisher's not gonna be in it, which is interesting. But he is getting his own TV show, which I'm very excited for, because John Bernthal, I think, is really awesome, and I loved him in Daredevil, and I loved him in one of my favorite movies, The Accountant. He was really good in that. So I'm very excited for the Punisher thing. Also, to come up, Iron Fist is getting a season 2. It was officially announced that season 2 will be happening. And of course, Jessica Jones is getting a season 2 too. I believe it's actually filming right now, and I think there's set photos and stuff. But I believe Iron Fist is the next to get a season 2, which is interesting, and since it came out after Luke Cage, I haven't heard anything about a Luke Cage season 2, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm very excited for The Defenders. It's coming out in August at some point, which is really awesome. And the only thing I'm disappointed with is that Avengers Infinity War is not going to have them, and they, you know, the Marvel movies kind of from the TV show, which is really disappointing because I love the TV show. Any Marvel TV show I love. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is like my second favorite show of all time, and I love it. And, you know, Chloe Bennett is one of my favorite actresses, is my favorite actress, and I even met her, and I want her to be in the movies and be Quake and like kick ass and finally meet Iron Man that she's been wanting to meet in season 1, because, you know, that little nice little reference of like all the Iron Man fangirls that stand outside the door that I've never done, which Daisy's done. Daisy's definitely waited outside for Iron Man to see him. So I really want the, you know, the Netflix Marvel people and the TV show Marvel people to be in Avengers Infinity War. And it looks like they're not, which is kind of disappointing because that's kind of the whole, like, it's a nice little tie-in. And also with the whole Spider-Man Homecoming making it 8 years, which then changes the whole entire timeline of Marvel, when we all been thinking that it comes out, the movie, whenever it comes out, that's the day that movie is set in. But now it's not. Now it's all kind of closer together, that all the movies kind of happen right next to each other. So it changes the whole timeline, which kind of fucked the TV shows, to be honest. And I'm kind of a little bit mad about that, because the TV shows have always said that, you know, they come out the date they were aired. Like, if you ever see Daredevil. In Daredevil, there's a newspaper thing, and it literally says about the, Avengers, the New York battle, and it was set on the day that the movie came out, which is not true anymore. So I'm like, okay, I talked about it a little bit in my Spider-Man Homecoming video, to where they should have just done 6 years instead of 8 years, but it's fine, it's whatever. It's okay. I just really want the TV shows to be finally included in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because so far, the movies have totally been bullshit to the TV shows, you know? Like, the TV shows have always tried to connect to the movies, and the movies are just like, fuck you, TV shows. You know? I just want, like, one comment from, like, Tony or something, being like, oh, have you guys heard about that Quake person going around, or you haven't heard about the Devil of Hell's Kitchen? Because they're all, you know, the Defenders at least are all in New York, and that's where all the Avengers are. So why don't they just make a slight comment in the movies? They should. Or like in Avengers Age of Ultron, when they had that scene when Ultron was walking out, before that they were all partying, someone could have just said something. Like, oh, have you heard about the Devil's Hell Kitchen? You know, like, they're all in New York, and they should all know each other, and you should hear about these things. And especially since Tony somehow found out about Spider-Man, And, you know, Spider-Man's YouTube videos, and, you know, everybody knows about him from the YouTube, so they should have videos of the Defenders, and it's just a big, huge thing, and, you know, I gotta live with it. But, yeah, I think that's about it for this video. Hope you did enjoy. Don't forget the subscribe button with your Pulsar Blast to become part of AU, Avengers Unlimited, and hit that like button with your Master Sword. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I think I'm losing my voice, man. And I've only done one video, which is really bad. But, you know, I'm not so horribly used to filming yet. You know, I film a lot, and I'm just not used to it yet. So, yeah, my throat gotta get used to it. You know, it'll get used to it at some point. But right now, I think I'm actually losing my voice. Oh, well. Yeah, there you go. Kind of. It's kind of back. Anyways, comment down below what you think of all these Marvel stuff. And you might be asking, where's all my Avengers Infinity War stuff and all that good stuff. That'll be coming in future videos, just because I feel like those will take up an own separate video. I thought all these little Marvel things will take up one video in itself. So, comment down below what you think about all the Comic-Con stuff and all your favorite trailers and all that good stuff. And yeah, see you dudes later. Bye!